Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. So it's Monday and occasionally we get a new map that shows some promise. Today's map is one of those. It's by one of those creators that's given us one of the all-star maps. You know, the ones that get 5 stars in all the categories. Well, I say one of them. Actually, 2 of the 7 maps that have got 5 stars in all the categories are by this creator. And on top of that, they've done 4 maps that have got 14 stars out of 15. This could be a good day. And if you like good days, you know what's coming up here. That's right, ready that liking finger? Thank you. That's right, hit the like button, really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people, and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. So, what have we got today? I make this Astraios, I think, Astraios, by ZOSO. Yes, ZOSO is back with another glorious creation. Not much wrong with this one. There's your start square with a little bit of river in the bottom and a double spiky intersection at the top. Resources, splish splashed, very, yeah, swirly, I'm going with there. And off to the workshop. Now, there is a one-click collection, which is always quite useful. So let's go and have a look at that. We are using the Stray Cats theme Homecoming from Rafa and the Relight Average LUT. There's a few bits to subscribe to. It's a medium list. It's not the world's longest. And they've been, well, of course, it's ZOSO. They have been well used as well. So there's not too much wasted in this particular map. So, this is going to be a map where I don't find much to point at. In fact, for me, there's only a couple of grumbles with this particular map. So most of this is going to be spent oohing and ahhing over how slick the map is. Definitely very, very playable. Let's intersection. Let's see if this is okay. Looks okay to me. Very swooshy. Very whooshy. Yeah, all good. Everything lines up quite nicely. We're going to carry straight along though because I don't like maps that have nothing to moan about. Oh, the other minor problem with this particular map is there's no, just to show you the merge lane here. Like the way that we have no sound barriers there, so you can see what's coming all the way along there. Could that road be pushed a little bit closer in? Possibly, maybe. We'll point out this, not an issue though, because of the way that the lane merges right next to the bridge. It does bring the concrete barriers, yeah, brings them slightly out of alignment, but nothing that would ever lose any stars or anything like that, because life isn't perfect. And you would see that kind of thing going on in real life anyway. So yes, this particular map, there's nothing really that leaps off to say, okay, well, it's an ordinary high standard map, but hey, look at this feature. There isn't anything like that. It's just a well constructed, well designed, beautifully detailed, without going over the top, solid map with playability right the way through it. Okay, now, nice intersection coming here. You ready for this one? Very nice. Look at this. It looks like a flower. Love it. We'll come down. We'll just make sure there's nothing obviously bad going on, like clipping lampposts and all the usuals. Let's look here. Again, here, look. See the way that the concrete barrier stops shy of the intersection there, so you can see what's coming. And here, yeah, perfectly good heights between all of these. And is there street light clipping there? No, of course there's not. Can't find anything. There's nothing street light clipping, no jinky janky, nothing like that going on in this map. The other thing that you won't see in this map is an essential lighthouse. even though it's an essential lighthouse. We're not getting one, darn it. Good bridge, custom bridge work here, of course. This is going to be a boring show. Everybody's watching going, what are you talking about? It's glorious. It is. It is a really good map. Just how do I embellish this? What you're seeing now? How I'm waving my arms in the air like an Italian. How do I like an Italian? God, that sounds bad. Anyways, we have here is one of these intersections, a trumpet one, and it goes across here towards the start square. Hurrah! We have start square imminent. Start square is devoid of a lot of trees, which is great because it means you don't have to demolish any trees for building. It looks very flat as well, which is also a plus. And that's the spike intersection we were looking at earlier. And that's how some basic detailing, simple, basic, tidy, effective detailing in the roundabouts there, adding a little bit of a third dimension, a bit of a vertical dimension. And then the bridge over the yeah, that's about it really. Sorry if I'm not sounding too enthused, but what am I supposed to do? Is I'd just leave this running without any commentary. It'd be just good, wouldn't it? Ah, look, there's a thing. There's a thing. It's a Givenchy or Givenchy shop by RACCOON. These are all on vogue at the moment. We'll show you how that would work with pushing it into, and it works on its own as a little hut unit. But of course, you can take it, move it, and push them into a larger asset, which I will find a random larger asset now. It won't be a very good one. This is not the best bit of detailing you'll ever see, but when you're doing it on the fly, what can you do? And factoids while we're here, because factoids while we're here. The odds against being attacked by a shark are about 300 million to 1. I imagine they're slightly longer odds, of course, if you don't live anywhere near the ocean, and probably evens, maybe 2 to 1 if you live in Australia. But there you go. That's basically what you do. You can push it into the front of a building. A very bad choice of building there. Literally the first one that came to light there. But yeah, that's how it works. Givenchy shop by RACCOON. One of many shops by RACCOON of the same ilk. Very nice indeed. As we head back to the road network, we'll have a little nap now. I'll tell you about my weekend. Busy weekend actually. Very busy weekend. I went oh, hello, just check in for Blue Mantle. Blue Mantle. Of course there's no Blue Mantle. Sorry, boring episode. Basic detail around there is all good as well. And oh, hang on, we've got an intersection. Great, I can get away with talking about my weekend for a minute. Splits up nicely, like that. Very slick, very smooth. And if we go this way, if we go head up this way, there's a tunnel. Oh, there's a bridge first. There's a bridge. Okay, and nip round here between the two lakes. We're heading up towards the tunnel, which takes us to the edge of the map. We're not going to actually go to the edge of the map because I want to show you one of my favourite things in terms of modding. Look, one of Gassing Navy's intersections here. This is the 69er. FNAR. And then that goes, yeah, there's that tunnel that heads off through the slightly not so flat land to the edge of map. But I want to show you a different tunnel. As with mods, it's just one of those things that I know, as I've grown up last 4 years with the game, and the game has limitations. When Move It first came along, and you went, oh, Move It! Wow, look, you can move things, and Find It came along and went, oh my god, we don't have to scroll through. Yeah, this has the same effect on me. It just really blows me away every time, and I just have to. Yeah, you know, sometimes when you just got something, you just go, no, I have just got to do this. This intersection down here, very nice indeed. We're talking network extensions 2 going on here, which means we've got network extension 2 tunnels, which means if we get down low enough, we can look right the way through them, which you can't do with vanilla tunnels. Look, can you see through there? Can you see? I could get in a bit closer, get down to ground level. You can see, right, if you look there, you can see pit traffic on the other side heading towards that tunnel. Look at that. Yeah, traffic there. I love, sorry. Simple things for simple minds, eh? Oh, by the way, perfect bridge leading to elevated section, leading to, well, perfect bridge and to the edge of the map. Which means we're going to have a look at the rail, okay? Now, the rail is dreadful. It's dreadful. It's awful. Because there's nothing for me to say. Oh, I just want to cry. ZOSO, can't you just give me something to talk about? Or a glaring error. One tree in the middle of this track. Just one tree. So I can drop you a star. Because we're looking at this, and I know you're looking at this, guys, and you're thinking, right, okay, we're talking, he's got maximum stars twice, 4 times where he's lost 1 star only. Yeah, is this a 5-star map for aesthetics? Looking at this, make your own decisions at the moment before we get to the intermission. Is it 5 stars for aesthetics? Is it 5 stars for detail? Is it 5 stars for gameplay? In any one of those categories, you can say, do you know what? It's close at this point. It could be in any one of those a 5-star category. So anyway, when we get to the opposite side of the break, there is one point of interest. Oh, and by the way, I love these elevated rail tracks. They're lovely with the brickwork arches. Really excellent work. So yeah, when we get to the opposite side of the interval, there is one thing. It crops up twice in the map as well. And that's going to be the thing that I'm going to come down, only because ZOSO is of the highest standard. It's like basically saying to Givenchy, you know that Mona Lisa? She's got a slightly crooked smile. You're not proud of that, are you, mate? This is why it was unfinished. Anyway, Astraios by ZOSO. Do you know what? It's time for that intermission. We'll come back and I'll rip the map apart, I promise.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable Rico? And what the heck is Ploppable Rico anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable Rico by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
Astraios by ZOSO. We have shipping routes. We do. Let's start off with this one. This one comes in between the islands like this, and it goes to a number of dead ends. A dead end over there, a dead end over there, and a dead end up here. That's fine. Gets to all the bits that you really want it to. The opposite side of the map, we've got a through route, which is why we see shipping on it, and it bends off lovely. Like that one bends off beautifully to the edge of the map there. We've got all the lovely slick little triangles there, so everything just flows beautifully and smoothly and through all the harboury type areas, and then down here through the perfectly high bridge, of course, and off the edge of the map. Water flow. Now, if you're expecting water flow to be a problem, I'm going to disappoint you. I know you're going, it's going to be the water flow, isn't it? Nope. The water flow, well, yes it is, but we'll get to that in a minute. In terms of actually water flowing downhill and basically going through the start square, it's fine. It's fine. You'll have no problems with water flow. Let me just have a quick look-see here. Now, look. We've got water flowing 2 splits. That's a divergence. That's a very rare thing. So, can we let him off one of those divergences? I think we can do that, yeah. We've got lovely harbour marked out area. Oh, beautifully done. Plenty of space here to start building a mega city, of course. The fields are marked out with boundaries here, like hedgerows. They're fine, absolutely fine. I like them actually. There's slight gaps on the edges, but hey, it's just to say, hey, look, this is fertile land. I'm sure you're going to demolish all of that when you start building on it anyway. It's fine. I don't care with that. It's fine. We've got some very nice flat water, still water areas like this lake here with some good basic detailing, of course, and the Stray Cats theme is really nice as well. We've got all this like swampy, marshy end at one end where it's like shallow and murky. All good. Lovely detailing. And we had a look at the bridges, didn't we? And we've got, this is nice. Little rock, little island splitting the water midway down there. Now let's have a look-see up here. Right, so basically we're still going upstream. Look up this one, this shallower looks more interesting. No, this one here, this is a better river. You'll like this one, guys. You'll like this river. Just look, it's beautiful. And there's one over this side as well, running parallel, and they're going to come together and converge into a slightly wider river, because that's basically what happens with rivers. The rivers converge. Though we had that little one divergence at the bottom of the river, but it kind of could be part of the delta possibly, so we could let that go. So we're going downstream, very beautiful looking river as well. But then something odd happens right here. We got a divergence. It's not an island in the middle so much. Basically, the water splits onto two different levels, and then we've got a separate bit here which splits down the middle as well, and then we get to the bottom and they both converge back together again. I'm finding that awkward on the eye. I'm not saying that sort of thing can't happen. It can happen, but I would suggest that if not the first one, the second one of those would have had dried out the alternative route for the water. I just can't get my head around it. Here, this is fine though. This is fine. This is an island, and the water's going out into like a floodplain area, and so it would get silted up over the years. I can buy into that island like that. That I can deal with. But the water splitting down the side of a hill over two different... I'm just having trouble getting my head around it. But the islands are lovely. This is my only other minor issue. Love this island especially. Beautiful sized island for building on that one. But the shapes of the islands as well don't really work for me. I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comments. They don't work for me. But that said, they're perfectly good for building on. So in terms of gameplay, beautiful. But there we are. So I'm going to get your opinion now. Your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. And if this isn't one of the top 10 maps of the month, I don't know what will be. Because this is clearly going to be, right, it's going to be in the top 3, if not number 1. I don't know. I'm trying to find the perfect thumbnail location. About there. Something like about that. So for me, aesthetically, now, I'm grumbling about that. I can't call it a detailing error because it could happen, but I'm distracted by that splitting of the water and the islands. I'm just not buying them as the way they look from above. So I'm going to lose the star for aesthetics on this particular map because I think it could be a little bit more believable. Detailing, no problems with it at all. You could argue about that water flow, but I'm not doing double jeopardy here. You've lost the star on the aesthetics for that. I'm still giving it 5 stars for detail. It's a beautiful detailed map. And as for gameplay potential, I can't see what would make it more playable. It's really lovely map for building on and works perfectly. So I'm giving 5 stars for that one as well. So Astraios by ZOSO. Yeah, 14 stars again, and yet another seal of approval. Almost goes without saying with ZOSO that they're going to get the seal of approval. It's a great map. It is a great map. And when I'm docking stars, it's only because I am trying to push for perfection from these guys. From the very, very best. Map makers better than I. ZOSO, far better creator than I. So, yeah, well done. Well done, ZOSO. Love the map. Your chance to vote on an old map on the screen now, and of course the stuff from the weekend. Have you caught up on it? If not, hit that little button there, and I'll see you tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Thanks for watching.